Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be showing up a brand new kind of showcase over here for Valve's brand new game called Deadlock. Now, if you guys do or do not know, Valve's been a little bit notorious on not really making as many games. We kind of stopped at CSGO 2, Dota 2, and we also had Team Fortress 2. Kind of notorious for them never making a third game, and there hasn't actually been a brand new mainstay Valve game in quite some time, although it's been very beloved by PC gamers. So I'm going to go show you guys some of the gameplay, talk about Deadlock and everything else, and kind of give you guys the initial, I guess, vibe of what I think for the game itself is, and kind of explain what it is as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on if you guys are brand new. Give me your thoughts and comments if you guys like the game, you like these vibes. I'm a very big League of Legends guy, and also I played Overwatch and other various games too. And of course, we have all the Target sponsored links down below if you guys want to check it out for the summer holidays and everything else. Let's go dive on into the video itself. So I'm going to be showing up here just a little baby bit of the gameplay itself over here from Valve's Deadlock. Now, this is going to be some kind of cool showcase game over here. I kind of saw initially over here from Tom Warren, where you guys can I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough and discussion on the game itself. It's basically a multiplayer team game. Kind of think like a League of Legends, Overwatch, where you have random mobs spawning. So you have these little random like grunts and people part of your team, and you're basically trying to go fight back and forth between the lanes. If you guys have ever played a game like Diablo or League of Legends, Smite 2, that MOBA style, you basically have multiple different lanes all stemming into like the end goal is basically go take the enemy's base. Use my mouse cursor over here for the video itself, like with this. So you have the enemy base, you want to go and try to destroy this. Every lane leads into these places, into basically like little big turrets, big hubs that you have to go and overtake from the enemy team. So it's kind of basically a back and forth perpetual fight. We're always fighting someone else. So every lane is kind of matched with another person, and you can kind of roam around, you can gank, you can move around, and basically try to always perpetually be pushing into the enemy team. Very similar to League of Legends, Dota, and all of that. But a big difference is it kind of plays a little bit more like Overwatch. So the idea behind it is a little more on the FPS type style. You're more focused on trying to go and basically do FPS things, like how Overwatch is in comparison to other various games out there. And the art styles are more on the cartoony style. This is kind of a good example of like these like turrets, quote unquote, if you guys have played League of Legends, Smite, Dota, etc. And there's also a lot of cool things in terms of transversal. You can basically go and ride like these lines and do a lot of different movement throughout the game itself, and make things a lot easier for you to just go and move and find and get different types of HP regens, buy things on the store, you get upgrades over here, and as the game kind of progresses, your characters do get stronger and stronger. Once again, very similar to most MOBA games. One big change up though is it actually does have 4 lanes and doesn't really seem like it has a too in-depth jungle. Typically games like say League of Legends will have like a dragon that respawns every 5 minutes, gives your team buffs, a baron that spawns once the game's 20 minutes in to incentivize pushing. Now there is a few other various things throughout the game itself that does make it very similar to those MOBAs, like to incentivize you pushing, incentivize you and try to go take out the enemy players, and you get obviously money, experience, all that type of stuff as you progress through the game overall. But I do think this is a very, very cool game. It's kind of like a secret game, but it's not so secret anymore. So you've seen other YouTube videos and like streams on it, and as well, even various articles kind of discussing the game, which will showcase up a little bit ourselves over here. Let's get on the first look at the game, and I think it looks nice. So a good example is other games usually have towers. This one looks like it has like a weird big flaming robot. You have to basically use your minions, which are just always perpetually spawning and pushing towards enemy teams, like how you see the enemy minions are coming in over here. And then you use that to go and take down, say, these towers in turrets, while also utilizing your own special abilities. And you use that to try your best to do as much damage as you can and take out people. So there's, you can even see over here, there's like a sleeper effect, like basically crowd control or a CC. So you can kind of either stun people, like, you know, basically move people around the map, or try to control them a little bit more. So very intriguing. You're basically trying to go gather souls by killing minions, being on the map itself over time, basically going and killing other enemy folks too as well on the map itself. And as I mentioned, you go overall get different specs. It also plays very similar to like a TFT. We have a chance, and a more Overwatch as well, where you have people who can heal you in the lane. You have people that are tanking, so for team fights you're tanking more. You have range carry characters. And at the end of the day, the game itself just seems really cool. Like, this is my cup of tea. I'm a very big MOBA guy, as I've mentioned on many videos. I've played a lot of League of Legends. I've played a lot of other various games, and I think this is very, very cool at the end of the day. I think it's very, very nice. So as you had a chance to go and see some of the gameplay over here too, which I want to go and give a little shout out here for Sean Halster. We also did have a chance to see both also Tom Warren go a little bit more on the in-depth and kind of showcase up some of these bigger details, and also did go get banned on here. So showcasing up various things. You guys just want to see the game. You have a chance to kind of like transverse throughout the map and utilize these big, cool, like, I guess, like railway systems to move and kind of reposition yourself or fortify other lanes that might be having a lot of problems and struggles, which is a very, very cool mechanic you have a chance to go and see. So you guys may have had a chance to see quickly from the gameplay we just showed you guys. Over here, we have all these cool, like, things where they have, like, you get more basic magazines, close quarter damage, you get fleet work, you have like active reloads, you get burst fires, toxic bullets, you have all these auras too as well, and you just get a lot of these really cool big updates for your character. A good example for this one too is it modifies your weapons, gives you more weapon damage versus NPCs. So let's say you want to go push lanes and you want to kill those little guys that were running around protecting that big like tower flaming guy, you'd buy some of this. You get a little bit more extra HP, you get a little bit of extra health regen, you get different bullets, and it makes your character stronger. And you can see all these other various things. You can either make your character stronger. Let's say you're playing a tank character, so you want to maybe get extra regen. Maybe your character is slow, so maybe you want to get extra stamina. Maybe you're more of a melee character, you get melee lifesteal. Or maybe you want to have just more armor. So maybe you're a close range person, and you're going to be getting shot at a lot due to the character mechanic. So maybe you want to get bullet armor. Maybe you want to get some spirit lifesteal if you're going to get hit a lot. Maybe you have a chance to get more debuffs if you think the enemy team has a lot of CC on you, like basically slowing your character, putting your character to sleep, or whatever it might be. So there's a lot of really cool various things on this. Maybe even things for getting more ammo. You have bullet resist shredder. You have a chance to have an improved damage. Like just all around a lot of really cool extra elements tied into the game, which I think is nice. Like basically kind of lets people do a slightly more in-depth playstyle versus things like a League of Legends or Dota or Overwatch, where they basically are like, you are playing it this way, figure it on out. So it's really, really cool. So at the end of the day, we've had a chance to see some other various characters too as well, and they have a lot of different various types of things, such as, like I said, control characters, doing like status effect characters, tank characters, and whatever it might go and be. And it is really nice to go and see this. There's also a big call on the UI itself too as well with all the playtest, and so far a lot of people are enjoying the game itself. They haven't had a chance to sign NDAs, and a lot of people have a chance to showcase up the game, but I think overall it's a generally really, really cool and really, really nifty game. So I'm going to go play up a little bit more gameplay so you guys can see a little bit more as it kind of goes on out. And lower down the audio too as well, so you guys can kind of see slightly more higher level things. So let me go and talk about those, I guess, general gossip on it. Valve has not really made too many brand new games throughout the years, but I do think this game is a cool idea. It seems a little more in-depth than League of Legends, seems a little more in-depth than Dota, and they have their own fine tunes, don't get me wrong, with items and abilities, and for League, like 150 characters, but I do think this is actually a good start to the MOBA genre. Intriguing though, because they do have Dota 2, and this is somewhat also going to be leeching people off of that. But at the same time, it's also leeching people off of, say, Overwatch 2, and while Dota is more of a top-down, this is more of a third-person. So it's like a slightly different genre, more FPS focused, more, I almost want to say this is more of a big replacement for, say, Team Fortress 2, which I can live with. Like, it's like I see it on the style, I see it on the characters, I see it on the movements, I see it on the goofiness. Like, it just is a weirder game, but I'm kind of into this. I'm kind of vibing this a little bit as well. When it comes to Valve, apparently they have been a little bit mad on some people showing up this gameplay. Some people have been a little bit upset about it, and although there is no big NDA, it is a little bit on the intriguing side that they're even showcasing this on up. But once again, you guys can see the thing where it has the curiosity shop, and you can update your overall abilities. You have a chance to improve all the general things you've bought, such as these heroic arrows that, like, you guys can kind of see. If we pause really quick, like, you get more sprint speed, more health regen, you get 4% more weapon damage, and then it's also giving you all the modifiers in the game itself, which you guys can see right there. So it's just a very, very in-depth FPS MOBA game that I'm a little bit intrigued on. Like, it's slightly different. I do see a few different mechanics, like the railway system to get back in the fight very quick, a more in-depth upgrade system that has different types of potential routes you can go and take for your character. I think that's a very nice thing. It kind of has a lot more counterplay and also allows you yourself to counterplay more. I like the idea of 4 different lanes. I like the idea that it's very, very similar to, say, an Overwatch, but also League of Legends equivalent. I've always enjoyed MOBA games too as well. And at the end of the day, I think this game has some pretty good potential. Now, there has been a pretty good playtest too, and most people have overall enjoyed the game. Here's some more abilities being shown on screen. So let me know if this seems like something that might be intriguing you guys or not. I'm not sure how many of you guys are into League, Dota, Smite. I'm very intrigued on Smite too. I play a lot of League of Legends, especially my Twitch stream, so I'm liking this. So give me your thoughts, your comments, first impressions, and everything else, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, and follow the Twitch stream down below. We have all the Target links as well for the Target summer sales going on too, and I appreciate y'all very much for watching in the first place.